the story was definitely negative. Okay, soon after independence, civil war, followed, or I mean, other forms of like instability. Now, definitely, if Barclay Rice were to, visit at the country now, most probably he will not recognize it. Which I think is really a testimony of the hard work, and the dedication, okay, which the people of this country have invested in their country since 1965.
Well, at 49, there are so many development projects the country can boast of. These developments include the establishment of the Gambia Radio and Television Services, which is behind me, and the creation or the establishment of the University of the Gambia. These are two major projects that have defined the history of this country. The establishment of Grts is a watershed moment in the political history of the nation. Indeed, 4 decades after the publication of Barclay Rice's book, Hasum Cisse is now trying to ferret out some of the sticking points in the book.
There's somewhere in the book where, for example, in Banjul, he went to he went into one of the shops, the Syrian shops, okay, by Mr. Faraj, and his Barclay Rice said he saw a TV set, some TV set. So he asked, the shopkeeper, are you selling TV set? He said, yes. We are becoming independent, next month. So very soon we'll have TV. You see, so you have, like a lot of, like anecdotes like that.
As the Gambia flag continued to fly high in the sky, it is perhaps a reminder of the historic day the Union Jack, that is the British flag, was lowered, and the day the red, white, blue, white, green was hoisted. Which is why every year Gambians come back together on 18 February to mark this auspicious occasion in the history of the country's calendar. For Gambian political scientist Dr. Sejatal, the book by Barclay Rice ache him and so many other Gambians.
That infamous book written by Barclay Rice was an insult to the integrity of all Gambians. And I think after so many years of independence, we have proven beyond all reasonable doubt that the Gambia was capable of having independence and the people of the colony. To postulate that the Gambia was an improbable nation was to misunderstand the dynamics of the nature of this society. Well, in terms of the rich cultural values we have, and our resilience against discrimination, against domination, against oppression, against colonization.
As the Gambia prepares to celebrate yet another Independence Day, it is yet another historic moment to take stock of the achievements recorded 49 years after the country decided that it wanted to govern itself. Today, the story of how this small nation that was scathingly written off by the doubting Thomases survived all these years against all odds lend credence to the truism, never judge a book by its cover. Ibrahima Balde, GRTS News.
Barely a month before the forthcoming 5th Congress of the ruling Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation and Construction, APRC, in Kanilai, task force members of the upcoming event have paid a visit to the village. Modu Bajan went with the delegation, and this is his report.
20 years of existence, the Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation and Construction, APRC, is working towards holding its 5th Party Congress. As this latest Congress will be held in the West Coast Region's settlement of Kanilai, the task force responsible for the conduction of the Congress visits the event's venue. The Majority Leader and National Assembly member for Serekunda East, who also doubles as the chairman of the organizing committee's task force, dilated on the rationale behind visiting Kanilai as part of their preparations.
So far, clearance has been given by His Excellency the President and Party Leader to accept Kanilai as the venue for the forthcoming 5th APRC Annual Congress. We've decided to buy colonels to come to the elders of Kanilai as usual, and all those within the Fonyi Kansala area to formally inform them that they will be hosting the forthcoming APRC Congress and that we need their support.
The team's move of formally informing the people of Kanilai was embraced by the Kanilai Alkalo Ibu Jame. Having appreciated their kola nut as done in many Gambian traditional engagements, the Kanilai Alkalo, the Kanilai Ward Councillor, Kebaringo Bojang, and several others welcomed the team and assured them of their cooperation in making the forthcoming Congress a successful one. For the National Assembly member of Fonyi Councillor, Honorable Buba Bojang, and the Alcalde of Buyam, who serves as the local organizing committee's chairman, Musa Amul Nyasi, the love for the APRC party and one's patriotism should give them the willpower to do whatsoever it takes to make this Congress a perfect and unforgettable one. In line with this, the task force chairman speaks again of the level of his team's preparedness.
To look at the team of this Congress, it is proper and most befitting for us to start it now to ensure that the party is funded by the party itself. Now, His Excellency the party leader, I mean, through his generosity and love of party and people, has always been funding. But we are of the belief that as we claim to be militants of the APRC, supporters of the APRC, and we are proud to be members of the APRC, if each and everybody is just able to chip in a little amount for the party to move, we can do it.
Speaking on behalf of their women folk, the National Women Mobilizer, Aja Ndeye Jata, and a Combo East Lady Councillor, Sifai Hydra, also added their voice to the significance of the fast approaching Congress, adding that they are working round the clock to obtain their desired outcome of the program as planned. Other task force members of the organizing committee, including the Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Abdoulaye Bojang, urged the people of Kanilai and Fonyi Councillor by extension to be very vigilant in ensuring a successful 5th APRC Congress. While thanking them for formally accepting the committee's demand, they stressed the reasons for choosing Kanilai, some of which include its cultural heritage. The 5th APRC Congress, as mentioned by the task force chairman, will serve among several things as a stock-taking platform. Notwithstanding, important issues regarding the development of the APRC and the country at large will be addressed in democratic principles for the common good. Modu Bajan, Grts News.
We'll be back with news from outside the Gambia after this short break.
QCell's 4G internet service is the Gambia's fastest and cheapest 4G fixed wireless internet. With QCell's 4G, you can access the internet at unbeatable speeds on your laptop or desktop computer. You can also use your mobile or tablet to browse the internet via Wi-Fi. QCell's 4G internet can keep you connected either in your home or in your office. For a limited time, get 50% off regular equipment and 100% off corporate equipment, as well as free installation and free QCell credit. For more information, call 333-3222 or customer care on 111. You can also visit www.qcell.gm. QCell 4G Internet. Fast, affordable and reliable. QCell. Sunny Boss. The Gambia's quality network.
Police in Venezuela have clashed with protesters in major towns and cities in the country. Thousands of students have held demonstrations calling for the resignation of President Nicolas Maduro. Police were called upon to disperse rioters at a major square in Caracas. We have details in this report.
Widespread protests continue in Venezuela. For over a week, students have called for the resignation of President Nicolas Maduro for his failure to rein in a soaring inflation rate, the highest in the region, and to improve security. Protesters are also demanding the release of 19 activists arrested during violent demonstrations on Wednesday. Protesters gathered again yesterday in Caracas' Altamira Square. They accused the government of oppression. The Venezuelan government is repressive. We are being repressed. On Friday night, police fired tear gas to disperse students blocking the autoroute. President Maduro has attempted to mollify protesters by releasing one of the students arrested on Wednesday and by announcing a plan to increase security in the country, which is one of the highest murder rates in Latin America. But he also warned students against carrying their protest too far. I will not allow them to block highways or other roads. Enough. This must be stopped, and we will do so through legal means. They will not be allowed to block the highways. On Wednesday, some 10,000 people took part in the largest anti-government protest since President Maduro's election in April of last year. The protests turned violent. 3 people died from gunshot wounds, scores were injured, and hundreds arrested.
Once again, mothers are burying their children because of the government in this country. They are all criminals, everyone in the government. I call on all Venezuelans to come out here, like me, and stay here until this government gets out, once and for all.
President Maduro has called the unrest a neo-fascist upsurge.